Welcome to Park Hopper Society, a place where we discuss all things travel and theme parks, a little bit about life, and a lot about Disney. And tonight, we're talking movies.
Yeah, we are.
I'm your host, Gary, and I'm joined by my two fellow hoppers, Britt
Hello.
and Aaron.
Yo.
So it's movie night.
It is
movie
movie
night at Park Hopper Society. We're going back a few years.
Yep.
Uh,
About 30 years.
I hate it.
Over 30 years.
Oh man, when you say it like that,
Yep.
you know, I wasn't even born yet, and I don't even remember seeing it.
Yep.
That's
But
not
here we are.
true at all. But here we are. So we're going to talk about The Lion King. We're going to kind of give you a historical overview. We'll give you our thoughts. We'll tell you what critics said about when the movie was released and all the things that has transpired. 30
yeah,
past
32
32 years. Yeah,
Jeez.
it hurts.
Yeah.
Anyways, without further ado, let's get hopping. All right, so we're going back to 1994.
Yes.
And I made the joke that I wasn't even alive. I was alive, very much so.
Yeah. I was 5.
I was, I guess, 6 then.
There you go.
And I remember seeing the movie in theaters. Do you?
Yeah, I do. More than once.
Oh, no, only once for me. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
terrified.
Okay.
I was. So I have. This is somewhat unrelated, but I begged my parents to go see Jurassic Park.
Oh,
And
okay.
My mom loves to tell the story of how like I started in my own seat and then I got closer to her and I got closer and I ended up sitting on her lap for the end of the movie. Well, I can remember in Lion King sitting there and chewing on my fingernails because I was so anxious, nervous,
Yeah.
scared, you know? I mean, like it was a lot to unpack
Dude,
for a 6-year-old,
And the thing is, like, honestly, my kids love the movie. I loved the movie as a kid.
right?
It's a heavy movie for kids.
Quick.
Yeah.
There's a certain scene, and I'm sure we'll talk about it.
Oh,
that
yeah.
even I rewatched it last night,
Oh, it's hard to watch.
and I didn't like it.
No, I get it.
You know, I did not
It's got
like
that
it.
Pixar formula, even though it's not a Pixar.
It
It predates
does.
Pixar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, but it is. Yeah, this is a heavy movie.
And so now I hadn't seen the movie in a long time because
Right.
I mean, you know, I watched it, gosh, probably 20 times
Sure.
when I was a kid. And rewatching it as a dad
Yeah,
with a son,
hits a little different.
it hit a little different.
Yep.
And so I honestly I do love the movie. I loved it growing up.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I love the music,
Yes.
you know, and
Yes.
and all the things.
I will say for me, I think, especially rewatching it, getting ready for this, it's a beautiful movie.
It is
Like you could take almost any scene in the movie, freeze frame it, and hang it on a wall.
yeah, you could.
You know, obviously this is a movie we like because one of our pictures is The Lion King.
It is
Yeah.
as well.
So,
Yeah.
thank you, Festival of the Arts. So yeah, no, it's a gorgeous movie. It is, so much of it is just, it's art.
It was a great time for Disney animation.
It was.
You know, it's right in the middle of
Yep.
all those between, I don't know what's in between, but around the same time as like Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast,
Yeah.
Aladdin. I mean, these are, you know, when you think of the Disney animation, what do they call it? The Renaissance period
Yes.
or whatever. Like this is just smack dab
It is.
right in the middle.
It is. And surprised a lot of people.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Surprised a lot of people.
I'm sure because I mean, when you think about, you know, we're going to watch a movie about lions and
Right?
animals, just tigers, bears. Oh my!
Oh, right.
You know, you think like, what? I mean, what are we going to get?
Yeah. And that was, so a lot of people, they did not, like, this was the whole story behind this is fascinating.
Sure.
Like, I did not realize how tumultuous the development of this movie was.
Okay.
Okay. So it was directed by Roger Allers and Rob Minkoff. Okay.
Okay.
Debuts in 1994, like we said. It had an estimated $45 million production budget. Okay.
Okay.
Um,
I mean, maybe it's terrible for 94, but not.
I think it was pretty on par
Awful.
with a lot of what they were
Yeah.
doing, honestly. It does $40.9 million in its opening weekend.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It makes almost all of it back right away.
Yep.
It goes on and does $312.9 million
In
in
94.
1994. $312.9 million in the domestic box office.
Okay.
God.
Does $784.7 million worldwide.
Oh man.
In
I did the
94?
inflation calculator
Yeah.
to see
please.
how big of a deal is this. That's about $1.75 billion today.
Holy
Wait,
cow.
You don't know what's the number on the live action one that came out recently?
It was a lot. It was a lot. Inflation adjusted, this is
Yeah.
better. In
Yeah, that's
fact,
what I was wondering. Like, that's
yeah.
amazing to me
Yeah.
because I know that other one did gangbusters.
Oh yeah, no, this did gangbusters. We'll get into it. We'll get into it right now. It was the biggest movie of 1994. Okay,
Sure.
it was the biggest animated movie of all time at the time.
Yeah.
Okay, to put that number into perspective, that 1.75 million, Inside Out 2 did 1.8 billion.
Wow. Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
so like it's an Inside Out 2 level
Yeah.
Yeah.
success.
It's right there. Yeah.
Except it's not a sequel either.
No.
Right?
Yeah.
Biggest animated movie of all time at the time. It held that record until 2010 when Toy Story 3 beat it. Toy Story 3 did just over $1 billion.
Toy Story would have
The
been
original
Toy Story came out the next year.
It was at 95.
95,
95 or
1995.
97.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it
1995.
didn't be, and
Mm-mm.
it definitely feels like Toy Story's had a bigger impact on the zeitgeist of animation.
You know, I would agree. I think Toy Story's had a bigger impact on animation, but it's
Yeah.
really hard to say which. In fact, it's not hard to say at all. Right before, Toy Story 5 has not been calculated into the values of the
Yes,
franchise.
right.
They are right there with each other
That's
in terms
crazy.
of
Which is-
overall franchise value.
That's
Can we
insane.
just say that's crazy because
I
like,
agree.
the sequels for The Lion King, in my opinion,
Yeah.
are not near what like Toy Story 2, 3, and
Well, in fairness,
forget about 4.
They were direct to
but
video.
They were
Yeah.
direct
The
to
Lion
video.
King 2 and The Lion
Yeah.
King 1.5 both went direct to video.
Yeah, well, and that's what Disney was doing.
It was.
During that time.
It was. And now, granted, you could argue the live action Lion King. I mean, again, we just did Toy Story 5 30 years after the original one came out.
Yeah.
Toy Story 5, by the way, really good. I enjoyed it. Have you seen it yet?
No, I haven't seen
Oh,
it.
man.
My kids saw it and they enjoyed it.
I thought it was great.
So I was nervous
Yep.
because Toy Story 4, I wasn't a huge fan.
Toy Story 4 was awful.
of.
Had his moments, but
It just like I don't know. We had the ending of Toy Story 3, and then we went to Toy Story 4, and it's like I didn't like the ending. So Toy Story 5.
Yep.
Skeptical.
so
I'll see it though.
yeah, definitely worth seeing. 100% worth seeing. So Toy Story 3 beats it out finally in 2010, but if you adjust for inflation, Lion King still did better.
Yeah. Okay.
Music
Okay.
by Tim Rice and Elton John, orchestral score by Hans Zimmer.
Which is just like
It's
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah, that's
It's so good.
But I mean,
maybe
like
my
those-
favorite composer of all time.
I
honestly.
Hans Zimmer?
agree.
and
Yeah.
and Elton John's incredible.
Yes,
Yeah.
and Tim Rice as a lyricist,
Yeah.
nailed it.
For sure. Hans Zimmer has quite the way of making you feel
Yes,
Mhm.
emotions.
yes,
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I had the CD for
sure.
The Lion King, and it had, this is back in the day when it had you had the instrumental. I guess they still have instrumental tracks, but now you're streaming it. You're not listening to it on a CD.
Right.
That I think it's called To Die For,
Okay.
which is the score that's played during the Stampede.
Yes. Okay.
Well, and also like
And
motifs were still a thing.
Oh,
yes. I was
yes.
gonna say Simba's
Yes.
theme
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
Whenever
so good.
Yes.
And
he does
the
a
way-
great
the-
way of like changing it as the
I was-
moments.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
you got the like real light, just kind of flute version of
Yeah.
it for like the delicate moments. You got the big full orchestral version. Like it's so good.
Lost art.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
I said a lost art.
Oh,
Yeah.
Lost Star. I thought you said All Star, and I was like, yeah, I mean, he is an All Star. yeah,
No,
yeah,
that's
he is
Shrek.
actually. Yeah,
That is Shrek.
yeah. Hey now. What? Oh shoot. Oh yeah. Even the like the little like kind of African rhythms.
Yeah.
That you hear as well. Like,
Yeah.
God, it's so good.
It's
man.
incredible. In fact, it won Academy Awards. It had an Oscar for Best Original Song for Can You Feel the Love Tonight
Yeah.
and Best Original Score. It won Golden Globes for Best Motion Picture Musical or Comedy.
Okay.
Best Original Score and Best Original Song. Once again, Can You Feel the Love
Yeah.
Tonight? Although both of those, The Circle of Life was also a nominee.
Yeah.
It also won an Annie Award for the Best Animated Film of 1994.
Did-
The Annie Awards are awards for animated films.
That checks out.
Oh
It
man.
does.
Side note.
Yeah.
Have you all seen the video of a guy like he claims he's translating the Circle of Life?
No.
and it's like I don't know how definitive it is because it could just be he might be memeing on him, but basically it's, oh God, it's a lion. Oh God, a lion. I recommend finding it sometime.
So Lennon, my son, told me the same thing last night. He was like, Dad, at the beginning when they do the it's Savannah, whatever. He's like, you know what that means, don't you? And I was like, no. And then he told me that.
Yeah,
I was like, I mean, I could see it.
checks out.
Yeah.
It
like
checks out.
I would say the
could see
same
it.
thing if there was a lion charging me or anything.
Yeah.
You would say, oh, it's
Savannah.
So it wins all these awards. It also has an incredible star-studded cast, right? It's got young
Yes.
heartthrob Jonathan Taylor Thomas
JT
as young Simba.
Oh
Yep.
man, he was
Matthew
the face
Broderick.
of the 90s.
Yeah.
Matthew Broderick was the voice of adult Simba. I did not know that until I started looking at it.
I had heard that at some point.
Yep. Jeremy Irons is Scar.
Yeah. Who does? Gosh, such a
Yeah.
great job.
Oh, incredible. Darth
Yeah.
Vader as Mufasa. James Earl Jones,
Yes.
voice of Mufasa.
Yeah.
Rowan Atkinson, better known as Mr. Bean,
Yeah.
is
yeah.
Zazu.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was the
So
one that
good.
was,
Nails it.
for me. It was much later on. Like I was much older before
I was too.
realized, like, oh, that's Mr. Bean. Like, that's where I know that voice from. Yeah.
Nathan Lane played Timon. Cheech Marin plays Bonsai, and Whoopi Goldberg plays Shinzi. Although originally that was supposed to be Tommy Chong, but he was unavailable. They're going to get Cheech and Chong back, and so they rewrote that hyena to be Shinzi and brought in Whoopi
Okay.
Goldberg.
Are you guys
So-
Saved by the Bell fans?
No.
Oh,
It's been too long.
okay. Well, Leon Carosi,
Okay, there you go.
who was so in the season where they do they work at the beach club or whatever.
Sure. Okay.
Leon Carosi was the boss. He voices Pumbaa.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
There you
it's
go.
not his name is not Leon Carosi. That's the character's name.
Yeah, yeah,
His
yeah,
real
yeah.
name is Ernie something, I think.
Yeah. No, I mean, and not just a star-studded cast, but like they nail all the voices.
These
are great voices. These are great character voices.
Such a great job.
There's no one in this that I'm like, really? That's what we went with. Like they all nail it.
Even
This is also like pretty early on, like I think Aladdin as well, when they started getting like big names instead of voice actors.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
Aladdin was done right before this.
Yeah.
That was the first one.
Oh, and Jim Cummings,
Yes,
he does the singing voice of Scar.
at least part
right?
of it.
Yes.
That's a contentious thing. Who
Yeah.
actually
Who did it?
sang that song?
yeah, because listening back to it, I was like, it sounds just like Jeremy Irons.
And
that I
apparently,
imagine his singing voice would be.
yes,
Yeah.
and apparently
Yeah.
Jeremy Irons is who sang it.
Okay.
Well,
Jim Cummings may have sung some of it
Parts
in
of
like
it.
a demo. There is like a video maybe of him singing like the third
Yeah.
verse. That's kind of one of those things that I've heard. I always heard that. that
and
Jim
I
Cummings did
looked
it,
at
but
the credits
Yeah.
last night, and he is credited
there you
for
go.
being on the track. Where
Yeah.
he's at, I don't know.
Sure, right.
You know?
I was
But
gonna say it's not like there's soaring singing in that song on his
Mm-mm.
part.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I always thought it would have just been Jeremy Irons
Yeah.
anyway.
yeah.
me too.
So for all of the success that this movie had, though,
Yep.
it was not originally thought that it was going to be this way. In fact, it has a wild production tale,
Okay.
and not one that screams blockbuster movie.
Mm.
So there are actually a couple of different stories of how the idea was originally thought of. Charlie Fink, who was the Walt Disney Feature Animation Vice President of Creative Affairs
Okay.
at the time, he claims that he approached Jeffrey Katzenberg, who was the chairman of Walt Disney Studios,
Yes.
talked to him, Roy E. Disney, Walt's nephew, but also vice chairman of the Walt Disney Company and chairman of Walt Disney Feature Animation,
Okay.
and Peter Schneider, who was the president of Walt Disney Feature Animation.
Okay.
So he claims that he approached the three of them with an idea to do Bambi, but in Africa. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Katzenberg did not like the idea,
Yeah.
but he did encourage him, put together a team of writers and develop a story basically about how lions serve the other animals by eating them.
Like the circle of life.
Yeah.
Yes. Katzenberg himself has a different version of how the idea
course
came
he
up.
does.
Yeah. Katzenberg has a bit of a tense relationship with Disney
A
anyway.
bit.
As a matter of fact, he left right after
I
The
was going
Lion
to say,
King came
did
out.
he not leave to start his own production company?
Right
to
after
then
all of
make
this.
a
Yeah.
movie that would completely troll Disney?
Yes, he did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, he
Okay.
did. Very successful one at that.
Very. I mean, which has its own spinoff.
It
actually,
does.
but
It
yeah.
does. And also a wildly successful media franchise.
Yeah.
So Katzenberg says that he actually came up with the idea. He had a conversation between himself, Disney, and Schneider.
Okay.
I believe they were on a flight to Europe. They had a conversation about it, and he came up with this idea. And he added in parts of coming of age tales, dealing with death, and actually some ideas from his own personal life. He has actually said before, it's a little bit about myself. So Jeffrey Katzenberg used this as a lion-themed biopic of Jeffrey Katzenberg.
Which is interesting.
It is.
Because I've also read stuff where it's like the lion version of Romeo and Juliet.
Hamlet, actually.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 100%, which is super common. If you look at enough movies, a lot of movies are just Hamlet. But Lion King
It was not originally, though.
Hamlet.
It was not originally. Yeah. So they begin in 1988 working on it under the title. Yeah, 1988. Okay. King of the Kalahari. They do a 9-page treatment.
Okay.
Okay, which is not a script. That's just like a general outline of a story. Right. And in this version of the story, young Simba is separated from his pride as a cub and raised by a troop of baboons. He fights an evil jackal named Ndogo and reunites with his pride.
Wait. This sounds like Jungle Book with lions.
Yeah, that's exactly what it sounds like.
I 100% agree. So this is the original version of it. They give it to J.T. Allen, who writes the script, and he finishes it in January of 1990. And at that point, titles it The Lion King.
Oh.
As is common with scripts, they look at it, they say, this needs more work. So they bring in Ronald Bass, who had just done Rain Man.
Okay. All right.
And they say, can you work on it? And he says, I can't. I don't have enough time to work on it, but I'll oversee the changes. And a few months later, they release a new script by Allen and Bass, now titled King of the Beasts.
Okay. All right.
They decide it needs more work, so they bring in Linda Wolverton, who is also working on Beauty and the Beast.
At the same time.
Yes. They get her to come in and work on it. She works on it and completes a new script titled King of the Jungle. In this one, there is a battle between the lions and the baboons. The baboons are now led by Scar. Not Scar the lion, Scar the baboon.
Oh.
And not hyenas.
Baboons. Baboons. Yes. Rafiki is in this story. However, Rafiki is not the Rafiki we know. He's a cheetah. And he's a very serious political advisor to the king. Yep. Timon and Pumbaa do appear in this version. They are Simba's childhood friends. I'm unclear if they were Warthog and Meerkat. My assumption is they were not. They were probably lions.
At this point, we're not that far.
We're starting to see some of the ideas. So this is the script they start working with.
Okay.
They bring in George Scribner, who had done Oliver and Company. Okay.
Which was not critically acclaimed or not successful.
It's not one that you would look at and be like, wow, that was a just humdinger of a movie.
Right.
So he's brought in to direct. Interesting point. Scribner also directed Mickey's PhilharMagic.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Okay.
So Scribner's idea for this is like a documentary kind of a thing. Like, let's really explore the relationship between the lions and the other animals on the savannah.
Okay.
Right. They bring on Roger Allers to co-direct.
Yeah.
Roger Allers, who sadly passed away early this year, January 17th of 2026. Prior to coming to Disney, he'd worked as an animator on Sesame Street and a storyboard artist, I think, for Tron.
Okay.
He was also a storyboard artist for Oliver and Company, The Little Mermaid, The Rescuers Down Under. Yep. He worked as a story supervisor for Beauty and the Beast.
Okay.
I like this guy.
He's been around.
He's been around, but this is his first time ever directing.
Okay.
They put him on it and then almost immediately pull him back off and send him to work on Aladdin because Aladdin was apparently having storyboard problems, and they were like, Allers is great at storyboarding, get him on Aladdin.
Yeah. Okay.
So he heads over to help them fix Aladdin. And then
it was one jump ahead.
Yeah, something like that.
Sorry.
So they put him on Aladdin and then briefly put him over onto Swan Lake.
Okay.
And then bring him back on to co-direct on, again, this was King of the Beasts. No, King of the Jungle.
King of the
Jungle. So the whole team takes a trip to Hell's Gate National Park in Kenya to basically study, what does Africa look like? What is our movie going to look like?
Okay.
Let's look at the animals. Let's figure
out the aesthetic.
Yeah, they take it was all the top people that are on the project. They come back and they get together. They have a big meeting, and over a couple of days, they hash out a lot of ideas, and the movie really starts to take shape.
All right.
They decide that it's going to be a little more of a fun sort of a movie. It's going to have some more fun, fantastical elements to it. They want to bring Mufasa back as a ghost. Yeah, as like they want to do all that, and they want to make it into a musical. Scribner works on it for a few more months and then he leaves because this is not at all what he signed on to direct. Okay.
Which is fair. It's not.
It is. No,
no, it's not at all.
this is
Yeah.
completely changed.
Yeah.
So on April Fool's Day of 1992, they bring on Rob Minkoff. He comes on to co-direct. So Minkoff had previously worked as an animator on The Black Cauldron, The Great Mouse Detective, The Brave Little Toaster, and The Little Mermaid. He had done everything from in-between animations to like character designs. Apparently, he did a lot of the character design for Ursula.
Okay.
Then he actually had directed before. He directed Roger Rabbit shorts.
I don't think I realized that there were Roger Rabbit shorts.
After the Roger Rabbit
Yeah.
movie came out and it was real popular, they started doing shorts that were
Okay.
on things like before Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Oh, yeah.
They were putting them on things. So he did a couple of
Kind of like
those.
the Pixar shorts.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. So he directed a couple of those. And he actually did a Mickey Mouse cartoon short, Mickey's Audition, that used to play at Hollywood Studios. It was MGM Studios at the time.
Oh.
But importantly, he had worked at Feature Animation down in Florida.
Ah, okay. All right.
He had previously turned down directing opportunities on The Rescuers Down Under because he wanted to be the sole director, and Beauty and the Beast because he wanted creative control.
Mm.
And at this point, we get the actual script that we start to get the script we all know and love. Rafiki is rewritten as a shaman witch doctor character and becomes a mandrill. They write in, of course, that Mufasa is going to return as a ghost. Mufasa and Scar now become brothers because they felt like that creates a lot more drama if the danger is coming from inside the family.
Yep.
And we get a new title and an old title. It's now called The Lion King.
Yeah.
So if you're keeping up,
Go figure.
this is the fifth or fourth title.
Oh my god.
Because we're reusing the second title of this movie. So they begin production and they split it between Walt Disney Feature Animation in Glendale, California, and the Feature Animation Satellite Studio at Disney MGM Studios down in Florida.
Oh, I did not realize.
Yep.
That some of the work for Lion King was done.
It was done there. As a matter of fact, the entire
MGM.
opening sequence
Really?
was done at MGM Studios. Yep.
Okay.
So they actually ended up animating only about 20 minutes of the entire movie,
right.
but they still, I mean, that's a significant portion of this movie. The
beginning.
movie itself is about an hour and a half long.
Right.
Heck of a scene too.
Yeah. And that was a really big thing that they had Minkoff on it because he had worked with everybody in Florida. So he really knew those guys. He knew what they were capable of. And this created a lot of problems though, because they would literally ship film reels across the country. They would watch them in California. They'd get on speakerphone and do like a conference call because they couldn't video conference. It's the 1990s, the early 90s.
Right.
And they would literally get on a conference call and they would watch it in California and give all of their notes of things they would change.
Oh,
And
know
then-
those calls.
Yeah. So the
Did not
animators
go
would
over
take that,
well.
they'd rework it, and they'd send it back. And apparently there was a lot of just chaos in this whole production. There was a lot of scenes being rewritten. There was a lot of scenes being put in, taken out. But another thing that made it really, really difficult was that while they're working on The Lion King, Disney is also working on another movie. Okay. They're coming off of Beauty and the Beast. They're coming off of Aladdin. Aladdin, I think, was 93.
Okay.
The Lion King is 94. They have another movie they're working on with Lion King. Okay. And this other movie is the one that everybody thinks is going to be successful. The Lion King features lions.
Right.
This other movie features humans. The Lion King has like a love story element to it, but it's not a love story. This other movie, it's definitely a love story.
Okay.
The Lion King is Disney's second ever original concept feature film.
Okay.
The first one they done was The Aristocats in 1970.
Yeah. So it's been a while.
This other movie is loosely based on a real story.
Okay.
The other movie has one song written for it, the very first song they write for it, and it is an absolute banger, Colors of the Wind.
Oh.
They're working on Pocahontas,
Yep.
while they're working on The Lion King.
Wow.
Pocahontas has everything over. They have established directors.
Yeah.
Everything is going for it. So there's so much demand for the artists that all the artists are basically free to work on whichever project they want to.
Okay.
They can work on Lion King for a little while.
You choose.
They can flip over to Pocahontas. They don't have to work on Lion King if they don't want to. They can just stick to Pocahontas. And that's what a lot of them are doing
Okay.
because Pocahontas is the obvious.
This is the winner.
This is it. This is going to be the one that wins all the awards.
Yep.
The Lion King is like this fun little animal story.
Yep. It's a little side project.
It's a little side project. It's cute.
Yep.
You know, cool. So that creates a lot of issues. But in addition to the fact that the whole team is kind of working on whatever they want to, it's split between two studios. There's lots of changes because you've got two guys that are in their feature film directorial debut.
Yep.
An original story. So we're able to kind of change it however we want to, and they were certainly changing it. Tim Rice is working very closely with them to make sure that all of his lyrics tell the story correctly, but that's also causing a lot of problems because he's rewriting lyrics, and therefore they're having to toss out fully animated scenes and bring it back in.
Oh, gosh.
Matthew Broderick actually said that he said that when you do live action, that you have about 12 weeks of shooting and then a couple of days of reshoots.
Yeah, that makes sense.
He said he worked on The Lion King for almost 2 years.
Good gracious.
That's insane.
Here's the thing. I don't feel bad for him.
No.
Do you know how much money he's made off of this
Well,
film?
that's it. Well, honestly, he says not that much because the way they were paid.
Written.
Yeah, like this was before the days where you could do one movie and you're done for forever. Because you're just gonna.
Yeah, no, his contract didn't say I would get residuals. Probably.
Yeah,
you've heard the story of is it Jason Weaver, the singing voice of Simba? And
yes,
the way that his mom structured the contract in such a way that, like, I'm not saying like he's
sure
he did get made it, but or something, didn't he?
Yeah. Like instead of just taking a set fee
for
this, she was like, no, like we're gonna, we'll take less of a fee, but we want a percentage or whatever, and it's worked out very well for him.
Yeah,
yes, it did.
Probably the highest paid actor.
Yes, it did.
I don't know, but I'm sure it's worked out well.
Oh, it has for sure. It has. So, in addition to all of this. On January 17th, 1994, first of all, they were originally slated to release Thanksgiving of 93.
Okay.
They blow straight through that.
All right. Keep going.
January 17th, 1994, the Northridge earthquake hits and shuts down the Glendale studio. So the last few months of work on this entire project were done remotely.
Oh, wow.
In 1994.
Like before remote work was really a thing like it is now. Yeah. It's like they had shared drives here.
We're not all networked together. And, so yeah, it ultimately premieres June 15th, 1994, but opens nationwide June 24th, 1994. Okay. Obviously, we talked about the direct success of the entire movie, but it also goes on to become the best-selling VHS of all time.
I love it.
At over 34 million copies.
Holy cow.
That's insane.
That is insane.
It spawned 2 direct-to-video sequels, The Lion King 2, Simba's Pride, and The Lion King 1.5, which tells the prequel story of Timon and Pumbaa. It has 2 TV series, The Lion King's Timon and Pumbaa, which came out in the 90s, and then The Lion Guard, which came out in the late 2000s, maybe 2010, somewhere around there.
Again, Lennon watched it.
There you go. Yeah. A 2019 live-action remake, of course, and its prequel/sequel, Mufasa, The Lion King.
Which I have not seen.
I haven't either. Multiple video games. We were certainly alive in the age where every Disney movie had tie-in video games. Licensed games were a big thing.
Which makes me sad that
but man, I'll be honest.
Anymore. Those games sucked.
Most of them.
No,
were
they
awful.
did. Yeah, they did for sure.
Yeah,
they did.
Now Aladdin on the Sega Genesis, that was a pretty darn good game though. They had literally billions of dollars worth of merchandise. For the movie release, they had over 150 merchandise tie-in merchandise.
Wow.
Yeah. Licensing things. The most successful part of this franchise, though, is a little Broadway musical called The Lion King.
Man.
I remember seeing that in New York City in the 90s.
Yep.
It
I
is
think the 90s.
so good.
It was also written by Roger Allers.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Okay.
He wrote the Broadway show. It is the 3rd longest running show in Broadway history and the highest grossing show of all time.
Yeah.
The total estimated franchise revenue, which I alluded to earlier, of The Lion King is $15.9 billion.
Holy
Toy Story, again,
cow,
prior to
man.
the release of Toy Story 5, $16 billion.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they are neck and neck.
Yeah, they are, but still.
Interesting note, the 4th all-time most valuable franchise is Star Wars.
Really?
At $46.7 billion. What do you think the 3rd all-time most valuable franchise is?
For Disney?
No, in all of the world.
All of the world?
Pokemon is number 1.
Yeah.
Star Wars is number 4. What do you think is at number 3? What do you think is the next one better than Star Wars? All time.
I don't. Lord of the Rings.
It's not like
no.
Gosh.
Oh, you know it.
I know.
We all know it.
We
all
at
know
this,
it.
Like list. This very list.
We all know it.
A little while ago. Like a little while. I mean, I do not remember though. What is it?
Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh is the
What
third
in
at
the world?
$50.2 billion.
Oh my god!
Winnie the Pooh is the 3rd all-time most valuable.
No.
I need
I
to do a
never
deep
would've
dive and
guessed
figure
that.
out
Franchise.
how the heck that works.
Goes all the way back to the books.
What's
Yeah.
number 2?
I don't remember what number 2
That's
was.
what it's got to be the books.
Is it another Disney franchise though? Because
I don't remember.
holy cow!
I don't
You think I
it
would've written
is.
that down?
I think I remember
Marvel-
looking at it.
Marvel, by the way, is $35.2 billion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is relatively new in the grand scheme of a lot of those numbers.
It is. It is. Shocking that it's still that far behind Star Wars, considering
Yeah.
all of the incredible success that Marvel has
Yeah.
had. over the last
And
couple of
they've
decades.
Well, the comics
57
were
movies.
just
so.
about to die off, which is why they ended up selling all the film rights
Exactly.
to things like Disney.
In addition to all of that, things in the parks. The Legend of the Lion King ran from 1994 to 2002 in the Magic Kingdom. That was where PhilharMagic is now.
Yeah, I don't know if it replaced. Oh shoot, what was the name? Was it the Mickey Mouse Review? I think.
I think that's correct.
And
Yeah.
did they move that to Tokyo?
Maybe. I don't know. I really don't know.
I can't remember that history. But anyways, it's where PhilharMagic is now.
Okay.
Which is exactly why PhilharMagic is. It's a theater.
Sure.
You know,
Right.
That's what it was originally.
That was a recreation of the movie using life-size puppets.
Yeah.
The Legend of the Lion
I
King.
do remember seeing it.
Really? Okay. Yeah,
Yep.
I definitely did not. Of course, they have the Festival of the Lion King at Animal Kingdom. That's been there since 1998.
Another surprise success.
I think so.
You know?
Well, I mean, to show that it opened in 1998 in the Animal Kingdom. They also opened it in Hong Kong Disneyland in 2005.
Yeah, okay.
So I think that's a wildly successful.
Well,
It's
yeah,
one of the best
when
things.
they did the whole Pandora expansion, they made a dedicated theater just for Festival of the Lion King. So I
Yes.
mean that they could have easily done away with it.
Yes. Oh,
if they wanted
absolutely.
to.
But it is still. I mean, even now that is a packed out show. I mean, there are seats available, but
Mhm.
they are putting. I don't know how many people are in that theater for each one of those
Yeah,
shows,
for
but
every
it's several thousand
Yeah.
all day long. It's crazy.
And it's a good show.
It's a great show. The Legend of the Lion King, which is very similar to the Festival of the Lion King. It was at Disneyland Paris from 2004 to 2009.
Got it.
And then, of course, the recently announced Lion King ride that will
Yeah.
be coming to Paris. That
Coming
is
to Disneyland Paris.
basically a Lion King themed version of Splash Mountain.
Yep, I
Is
agree.
very similar. That's what I would describe it as.
Yep.
And of course, there is the Lion King section of Art of Animation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is really cool when you're walking under the log.
Yes.
And you see Timon, Pumbaa, and Simba
Yeah.
up there. That's really cool.
Yeah, it is. It is my.
Have you
It's
stayed in
probably
the rooms?
I have. Yeah,
Okay.
the rooms are great.
Yeah.
I love the shower in there is incredible because it's the scene of the sunrise on the savannah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, really, really cool.
Yeah.
I don't know how they
cool.
do the tile in the shower,
Yeah.
but it's awesome.
I can't do it, but
So yeah, this is again wildly successful movie. It has spawned an incredible franchise. But you know what? Just like I said, not everybody always thought it was going to be that way. We got some critic hot takes, guys.
oh, I want to hear this.
We got some critic hot
these
takes.
from 1994.
These are
Okay.
are from critical reviews from when the movie came out.
Okay.
Gene Siskel of Siskel and Ebert.
Yep.
He said it was not as good as Beauty and the Beast, and it was, quote, a good film, not a great one.
Wow.
Agree or disagree, fellas?
Wow. Well, his take on I love Beauty and the Beast.
Beauty and the Beast is great. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong.
It's very, very good. I don't know which one I like better between Beauty and the Beast and The Lion King.
For me, I like The Lion King
Yeah.
better, but I'm not going to go so far as to say it's like definitively
No.
a better movie.
Right.
They're both great movies. I do think The Lion
Yeah.
King.
The Beauty and the Beast has a little soft space in my heart. Again, I go back. That was one of the first CDs I remember buying from the Big Top
Sure.
whatever
Okay. Yeah.
thing in
Mhm.
it's I've lost it now. I think it was Toontown at the time when I bought it.
Yeah.
That
it would have been.
2005.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. It would have been.
Anyways, so I brought and I listened to that soundtrack just over and over and over again. So like that's that I don't know, that pulls at the heartstrings. So I don't know which one I think is better. I do think the Lion King film though is great.
I think
Like
it's a
I'm
great
not
movie.
sure how I would make it better.
No. And I think, again, this is one of those to me where, like, okay, if you're a film critic, maybe I can understand how you would say it's a good film,
yeah,
not a
sure.
great one. Because,
Right.
sure, The Lion King is not Citizen Kane. I get that.
Right. Yeah.
But
It insists upon itself.
it's Hal Hinson of the Washington Post
Okay.
says, quote, Shakespearean in tone, epic in scope.
Yep.
It seems more appropriate for grown-ups than for kids. If truth be told, even for adults, it is downright strange.
Because of the animal. Well, you got to
Yeah.
think about it. There's not many, if any, real serious movies on that scale back then that did what The Lion King did, and that's
Yeah.
the animals with borderline human faces and still walking on all fours.
Well, I was going to say, that's one thing watching the movie I think that's so incredible is that the animals themselves, they're not anthropomorphized
No.
animals
No.
largely. They are pretty accurate, just like in
Yeah.
Bambi. This
Right.
is accurate recreations
yeah.
of
Yep.
the animals. that I agree do have expressive faces, and they're telling, a human story,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're not getting up and doing song and dance numbers.
It's funny. You were
Except for
talking
Just
about
Can't Wait
them
to Be
doing a research trip to Kenya.
Yeah.
And I don't know, in my mind, it's just like, did they see a musical number out there and they're like, that's it. That's what
Yeah.
we got to put in here.
No, interestingly though, that whole Just Can't Wait to Be King,
Yeah.
that was directed by Allers.
Okay.
And the
Okay.
opening Circle of Life was directed by Minkoff. So if you want to see the difference maybe in their
Between the
two
two?
styles.
Well, there's
Oh,
a
yeah.
huge difference.
Yeah,
There
there's
is.
a huge
Yeah.
difference. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
there's almost just a huge difference in that opening scene versus just the rest of the entire movie.
Yes.
Well, and
That
so
is
the
very
opening scene,
distinct.
the original, when they put out the original trailer for the movie,
Mhm.
it was just the Circle of Life. That was the trailer.
Wow.
And after they put it out, the movie was, I think, about 20 to 30% complete at the time. And they were like, oh crap, that was way too good. We
Yeah.
shouldn't have put that out there. It set
Yeah.
the bar way too high.
Yeah.
And it does, but I will be honest, that whole opening sequence, and it gets to the end, it does that hit, and the title card comes up.
Yep.
And you're like, wow, we are in for,
Yes.
Well, and the animation's impeccable.
it's so good.
Yeah. And I mean, again, in comparing that with Just Want to Be King, like that's very much stylized. And
Yeah.
we have, animals kind of doing a song and dance number.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Whereas the Circle of Life is just, you have all these animals coming
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
Like,
Even Rafiki lifting up Simba looks
yeah.
closer to realism,
Yeah.
like than the what they go on later. The more
Yep,
cartoony
for sure.
feel.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Just Can't Wait to Be King, actually, if you watch it, the scene with the alligators,
Yep.
those were originally like placeholders, and they ran out of time to fix them.
Really?
So if you're watching that whole sequence, all of the animals are honestly fairly realistic,
right.
except for the alligators, which very much look like cardboard cutout kind of. And they had to leave them
They
in there because they
do.
just ran out of time. And that was one thing they fixed. And when they did I think the IMAX re-release of it,
Okay.
they changed it and
Okay.
put more realistic alligators in there.
What,
Full
here's
of
the
George
thing.
Lucas, huh?
Yeah,
I was
they
gonna say,
did.
Just
Yeah.
leave it, man. Just
Well,
leave it.
But and that was apparently a controversial thing. Should they
Yeah.
leave it or should they
Just leave it.
keep it? But they decided we got to give people a reason to come back and see it in theaters again. So they
That's-
tweaked a few things. They
no.
also added the song "Morning Report," which was originally in the movie. They took it out of the movie. They put it into the Broadway musical, and they put it back in the
Put it
movie
back,
for a
yeah.
later re-release.
that was
Huh.
Zazu, right? Singing.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I'm just leave it.
Yep. All right, Jeremy Gerard, I think, of Variety.
He
He
already sounds kind of like a douchebag.
Well, here's his opinion. He felt the songs were not as memorable as those by Howard Ashman and Alan Menken, who did The Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, and Aladdin. What are our thoughts here? No.
I've already mentioned that I think that this is maybe, and I got a hot take. This is maybe my favorite Disney soundtrack.
Okay.
Other than, no, I think it is my favorite. I was gonna say I really love Hercules and I always think it's underrated.
Which is another Alan Menken. I don't know if that Howard Ashman. He may have already passed.
I think
by the
he'd
time.
already passed. I think,
Yeah.
I think he actually passed away in 1991.
Yeah, that's right. And Menken and Ashman are an incredible duo.
And there are incredible songs,
Yes.
very memorable songs in
Right.
all of these movies.
Yes, agreed.
But I'll be honest, the Lion King soundtrack, top to
It's-
bottom,
It's
there's not
so good.
there's not a single one that I think is like, yeah, skip that one.
Yeah, it's all right.
You know, even the bad guy song,
Be
Mhm.
prepared.
"Be Prepared,"
Oh, it's so good, man.
such a good song. By the way,
all-time great bad guy song.
yeah, I think Scar is an all-time, maybe the best Disney villain of all time.
Well, because like he is, I don't even know how to describe it. Like he's not like he's evil.
Yeah,
but not
He's not
like
supernatural. He's not
he's
like
not,
some
he's not supernatural,
force.
and he's not like overtly evil. I guess you know what I mean. Like
I think
he's
it's,
just
yeah,
he's behind the scenes, just kind of moving and
Yes.
shaking. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
manipulating players
Yeah.
to do his evil deeds.
yes.
You
Now
know
he's
what I mean?
scary.
Yeah, he is.
He's legit scary
He
because
is
he's
scary.
not just murderous or anything,
No,
but like he'll kill anyone. It doesn't matter to
doesn't
him.
matter.
The scene where he's got Mufasa, you know,
Yes,
and he gets ready to pull up and he says, "Long live the king," and
yeah,
throws him
and then-
off.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's like all of it. It's so good. This is an evil character.
Yeah, so did you ever ride Spaceship Earth whenever Jeremy Irons was
I did. I don't
Narrow-
remember it
narrated-
super
okay,
well.
Yeah, me neither. I just want
I've listened to it
It'd
since.
be weird
though.
having Scar narrate the the ride for you.
You know, but again, like
Just a
listen
great
to it,
voice.
I when you listen back to it, it doesn't sound like Scar doing
Yeah,
it. It's
yeah.
a great voice that's
Right,
doing it. But
yeah.
yeah, no, he's such a good bad
Yeah.
guy.
Okay. So songs we've got "Circle of Life."
Yep.
I just can't wait to be king.
Yep.
Do you feel the love tonight?
Can
Can
you feel the love tonight?
Yeah.
Hakuna Matata.
Is there another?
Just said
Be prepared.
Be prepared.
Yeah. And I think that's it. Really,
Which are all
all great. I mean, that's the
great
thing.
songs.
Well, and again, there's also the Hans Zimmer like orchestration.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. Not even
Which
getting
is
into that part of it.
so
But just,
good.
Yep.
Yeah. It's
Which, granted, this one is more about the songs with the
Yeah,
lyrics,
yeah.
saying that they were more memorable in the Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, and Aladdin. And when I think about all three of those together, I'm like, dang, there are some incredible
there's
songs.
some bangers.
But there are also plenty of them in there that I'm like, yeah, whatever.
Well, I mean, like,
all right, right now, give me the lyrics to Le Poisson or whatever it is in
sure.
Little Mermaid. Like,
yeah, nope.
got nothing.
Nope.
Got nothing.
yeah, there's honestly the only Little Mermaid song I can remember the motif that she sings and "Kiss the Girl." That's like
Oh yeah,
You got Under the Sea.
Under the
right?
Sea.
Under the Sea. Yeah.
Under the Sea.
Yeah.
Kiss the Girl and
Also, Under the Sea is kind
Part
of
of Your World.
just
Part of
Kiss
Your
the
World was
Girl
an
because-
amazing song.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
That's
like
true,
Poor
yeah, that's
Unfortunate
right.
Souls,
Yeah, well, that's another
like
good one.
it's a good one, but it's not as good as Be
It
Prepared.
doesn't have that same kind of, well, it does have an eerie feeling, but not the same as Be Prepared.
No, Be Prepared actually was inspired when one of the artists working on it drew Scar as Hitler.
Ah, well, I mean,
Go
seeing
back
the
and watch it
hyenas
now.
doing the
Yeah,
marching.
the goose
yeah.
stepping and all that.
Yeah.
The light show. It's a Nuremberg rally, is what
yeah,
it is.
that's
It's straight up.
exactly
Yeah,
what this is.
he is Hitler.
Yeah, well, I think that's what makes it a little bit more terrifying. Is
I agree.
That, like, again, Poor Unfortunate Souls. That's one person who's enacting evil on someone.
Yes,
Whereas Scar is like recruiting all of these other
and again,
animals,
the-
beings, if you will.
and he's the brother of Mufasa.
Yeah.
He's Simba's uncle. Like it is, it's scary. I get
Yeah.
it.
yeah.
Okay. TV Guide said it offers a less memorable song score than did the previous hits and a hasty, unsatisfying dramatic resolution.
wow.
I mean, I
Less
don't know.
memorable?
Not less memorable. I'm thinking of the hasty ending.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say,
yeah.
it-
It's like a large building of like, here's your childhood. Here are the roles of the kingdom.
sure,
You are the king.
sure.
Here's your terrible uncle.
Yep,
Here's how Mufasa. Here's how your dad dies.
yep.
You're blamed for it. You go out like you leave. It's the hero leaves home, right?
Right?
He goes out into the wilderness,
Yep.
literally. We go through this whole thing, and then Nala comes back, and then he's just like hitting the head, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I got to go back."
Yep.
And it is.
And
You're
you're right.
End pretty quick from that point forward.
After that, he comes back, immediately confronts Scar,
Yeah.
immediately battles Scar to the death,
Yep.
and then the fastest ecological reclamation project in history happens.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like
yeah,
boom.
hyenas
Yeah.
come right in line real quick too.
Yeah, well, you get rid of the hyenas leave, and
Yeah.
Captain Planet shows up, and this entire desolate wasteland just becomes right back to the verdant
Welcome to
paradise.
the Pride Lands.
Yeah, all the
Yeah.
animals are back now. They had hunted them all to death and
Right.
scared them
But
all
they
off.
just all came back.
They're all back.
Boom.
Yeah, it's very confusing.
He was only supposed to own wherever the light touched, not
Yeah.
the darkness.
That's true.
And he brought the light back.
Yeah.
The hero returned home.
All right, last critic hot take. Terrence Rafferty of The New Yorker said the story felt like manipulating our responses at will. Between traumas, the movie serves up soothingly banal music numbers and silly, rambunctious comedy.
Yeah. I mean, there was some trauma for sure.
There's definitely some trauma.
Yeah.
There's some again, I'm nearly 40, and I
Yeah.
still don't like watching that one scene.
But banal musical numbers and silly, rambunctious comedy. I mean,
Yeah.
Hakuna Matata is silly and rambunctious,
Yeah.
for sure. And it is,
But
that is
fun.
it is. And you did literally just have like one of the most upsetting scenes in cinema.
Absolutely.
As a matter of fact, it was a scene that was so heavy and so concerning that actually a lot of veteran animators strongly disagreed with showing it.
But yeah, putting
They felt like they needed to do it like they did in Bambi. The death happened off screen.
right.
Lion King puts it front and center.
I mean, yeah, you watch it.
You watch it, and then you watch Simba come back, find Mufasa's
Yeah.
body, and like processing in real time. what's
That
happened.
whole scene where it's dad,
Yeah.
like, oh man,
Yeah.
I just
And he crawls under his paw and cuddles up with him. Oh
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, man. I
Yeah.
can't. Again, I hate watching it now. I would just about fast forward it.
Yeah,
and,
it's
you know, move on.
and yet it's like one of the best scenes in Disney history.
It is. Yeah.
It's so good. Okay. You guys have watched the movie recently. Did you find any issues with the movie that you could think of, or any thoughts on the movie that you want to share?
You know, I'll tell you this. I grew up watching Lion King and watching all these animals interact together, and you know, the lion is the king of the jungle. And then I watched National Geographic, and I realized it's not the same thing at all.
This wasn't a documentary.
Yeah, it
No,
does play fast and loose with the whole King of the Jungle and
yeah.
the kingdom.
Yep.
Right, and then like the elephants are bowing down. Like, no, turns out
But-
elephants hate lions. Actually,
Yep.
I will say,
George
like,
Scribner has his way though. You
Yeah,
learn all
but-
about the lions.
From a group that is famous for making mermaids and beast people and
Sure.
genies and stuff, I guess this isn't the biggest stretch, and I can get
Oh,
past that
definitely
kind
not.
of stuff.
Yeah.
definitely not.
And I have thinking back to it now, I have a better appreciation for the fact that it was such a unique swing on like artistic style for Disney compared to
Yes.
what they
Yeah.
had done, because it was borderline cookie cutter up to that point.
Right.
Well, because I mean, they even going all the way back to Snow White, they would
Mhm.
take fairy tales
Right.
and they would adapt them. I mean, they did their own stuff.
They basically made a like G-rated version.
They did,
You know, they took out all the death, the gore.
Yeah.
Again, we're gonna kill Bambi's dad off
Yeah.
scene.
right?
You know, not
Yeah,
not
Bambi's
or off
mom.
screen. Bambi's mom. Sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're not gonna do that on screen. We're gonna we'll keep that off screen.
yeah. No, not only was this again an original story, for only the 2nd
Mm-hmm.
time they'd ever done it, but you're right. They dove deep into the heaviness of it.
I have heard
Yeah.
that it's maybe more based on an older story than people
So
have
it
been
was
led on.
criticized for being derivative of Kimba the White Lion.
Kimba? The
Yeah,
White
Kimba the White Lion.
That feels a little too on the nose.
I
honestly.
agree.
Yeah.
In fact,
Yeah.
there's a Simpsons joke where Mufasa appears in the sky and says something like, "You must avenge me, Kimba. I mean Simba."
That is very Simpson.
So it was criticized for that. Apparently, the stories, the only similarities between the stories, where they both involve lions, and there are obviously Kimba and Simba. It's been fairly well debunked that they ripped off Kimba the White Lion at all. And in fact, even the studio that worked on Kimba, which was a Japanese manga, they have said really that there's,
not really-
if you're
there's
going
not-
to tell a story
yeah.
about lions, it's going to look like this.
Right.
That's really
Yeah.
all you can do.
You know what has always fascinated me is that every time we go to Animal Kingdom
Mhm.
and we ride Kilimanjaro safaris, I'm always on truck Simba 1. Speaking of Simba,
Me too.
and I don't know how that's possible.
Well, that thing is busy.
It's busy.
In fact, when you walk in, there's a sign that says today we'll be riding Simba 1. They already know somehow that that's the one you're going to be
It's-
on.
I mean, there's so many trucks. Like, what's the likelihood?
You don't think they're all
I
called Simba
mean,
1?
how could they be?
That'd be confusing.
That would be
obligatory
confusing.
reminder that I still haven't ridden the safari
Yet.
yet.
It's coming.
Saturday.
Saturday.
That's
I
right.
mean, not
Saturday.
Saturday after this releases,
Uh-huh.
but after this recording.
Yeah. Before this
Um,
releases.
Yes.
So I
But
don't
after
wanna
this recording.
I don't want to be not controversial, whatever. If you have kids in the car, maybe just plug their ears for a second. Do you remember there was this whole room in this scene where
Oh, SFX.
yes,
Oh,
where
yeah.
Yep.
Simba lays down
Yep.
and the flowers supposedly spell out a word.
They spell out SFX for
Yes.
special effects.
Yes. You talked about the VHS.
Uh-huh.
I had a fancy VCR.
Okay.
And I can remember this like it was yesterday. I wish you could. So if you're watching this, you'll see what I'm talking about. If you're listening, just imagine you can see a remote in my hand, and it had a little like wheel at the bottom.
Oh,
And
yes,
you
where you could like step.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I mean, forward, backwards. What does it say? And I
Yep.
never one single time saw the frame
Sure.
where it was actually
Spelled out.
spelled out.
Yeah. Yeah, that one's you can see it if you want to see it.
I'm sure. I mean,
You
like
go
I've
ghost hunting.
seen
Yep.
it on YouTube. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, I've gone back and
Yeah.
they say it, and it's one of those things where I look back and I'm like, I mean, maybe.
Yeah,
You know, like if a 3-year-old wrote it
sure.
and then you
Yeah.
colored it in flowers. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. It's yeah.
I mean, if you can see the Virgin Mary on a piece of burnt toast, you could find anything.
you could find
It's
it.
true.
You could
It's
find
true.
it. Yeah, that's just a fond memory I have of The Lion
Yeah.
King and VHSs and being, I was probably
Yep.
12 at the time, but
Yeah, sure. Well, I mean,
yeah.
that makes sense why you
Yeah.
were, you know.
yeah, I was looking for the sound effects.
You see, yeah, special
Yeah,
effects.
special effects. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Okay, I found a few things in the movie that I did think were kind of, maybe plot holes aren't right.
Okay.
There's one that I think is a couple of things I think are really silly. Okay, so Simba leaves. He leaves the Pride Land as a
Yep.
kid. He falls into the briar patch as he runs from Brer Fox and Brer Bear and Brer Hyena.
Yeah.
Runs out across the desert,
Yeah. and-
right?
Yep.
Collapses. He's saved by Timon and Pumbaa. He lives his whole life over there. Now, I don't know how far a lion cub can actually run to get away, but like my thought is he can't be living.
That far.
Yeah, it can't be that far
Yeah.
away. You know?
But it's made out to be like miles.
Yeah, it seems like a long, and it could be miles. It could be. I'll say okay, it could be miles. You know, but Nala comes and finds him later on
Yep.
accident. So again, it can't be that far. She's out looking for help. You know, we go through the whole thing. Rafiki is there too. He's made the journey.
Yep.
So again, I'm just thinking it can't possibly be that far.
Can't be that far.
You know, so Rafiki finds him, hits him on the head. He now runs back. You know, he realizes he's got to go. So he leaves like in the middle of the night.
Yep.
He takes off running. And we see the scene of him running. Well, it cuts to Nala the next morning and she terrifies
Yep.
Timon and Pumbaa. And she's like,
Hey, we gotta
hey,
go.
well, but first she's like, hey, where's Simba? Have you
Yep.
seen Simba? And then Rafiki's like, he's not here. He went back.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know? And so she's like, what? That's awesome. And they run. And then they show this scene of Simba running clearly across the Sahara Desert.
Yes.
Right. And then he arrives into the Pride Lands, and of course it's all decimated and everything. He's looking around, and while he's standing there looking around, like in disbelief at this, you hear a voice say, Simba, and he turns and Nala's right here. Which means she's been within shouting distance of him
You would
this
think.
entire time. She's been a couple hundred yards
Yeah.
behind him. And then Timon and Pumbaa are here too. So they were maybe a couple hundred yards behind
Yeah.
her. Also, Rafiki is here now.
They're all there.
They're all there. So, like, my question is, why did we wait until this moment to be like, hey, man, wait up?
Yeah. Slow down.
You know?
Slow down. Slow down, brother. Slow
We
down.
could have just
Now, you
gone
know,
together as a group and we would have been here 2 minutes later.
Okay, so let's say that Simba got there,
Sure.
right? And once he got there and he saw what was going on, he was like, you know what? I don't think so. I'm
Mm.
just gonna hang out here.
That's true.
And then when he finally decides, okay, I'm gonna make my move, all of his friends show up.
That could be it. I'll accept that. Because I do think there are actually a couple of scenes of him looking around, but it definitely plays like
Yeah, I think
they weren't
it's
that
more
far
like the
behind
one
him.
critic said, where the ending is hasty.
it does. Yeah. So that was one of my things. The fight scene between him and Scar, which is an excellent fight scene,
Mhm.
but involves slow motion lion boxing.
It does.
Shadow lion boxing.
Yeah, and it's just
exactly. Yeah.
unnecessary.
Yeah.
You know, when he takes the like slow motion, like swipe at Scar, like,
Yeah.
boom. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, but then it turns around and Scar takes boom, like it's the same
Yes.
shot, just reversed.
I will say though, the scene where Scar jumps out of the fire and
Yes.
is lunging at him, now
Yes.
that's
Yes.
creepy.
Yes. I mean, again, it's a good fight scene overall.
Yeah.
It's just
And
that
he doesn't really like Simba doesn't actually kill him, right?
no,
he just
Simba
tosses
kicks
him
him off
over.
and tosses him, but he lands down below and the hyenas are
Yeah.
there. But the hyenas have already heard him tell Simba that it was actually the hyenas' fault. They're the ones that like
Yep.
talked him into it and made him do it.
Yeah.
And so it is strongly implied that they take care of Scar.
Well, I mean, based on the shadows.
Um,
But I agree. I mean, either Simba, ran out of breath or something and,
Yep.
and got real slow, or the rest of them were just
he's not
Charging.
actually running. Simba's not really that fast.
No.
In his mind, he's super
They
fast,
actually-
but
they
I
just-
mean,
they sped
traditionally-
up the film.
yeah,
Male lions aren't that fast. They let the female lions do all the hunting.
That's
female
true.
lions do all the
Yeah.
hunting.
that's
and
why
all the
Nala could
stuff.
catch up to
Yeah.
him so easily.
Yeah,
That
That
makes
does not
sense.
explain why Rafiki could catch up to him so easily.
Well, Rafiki is a shaman.
He is. He's
Yeah.
Yoda.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
He-
magic.
know-
He teleported there with magic.
He
Magic,
may
monkey
have.
magic.
Yeah.
He may have. And the last thing I had was that Simba leaves. Scar manages to turn the prides into a gray wasteland. And I don't know how long Simba is gone. It's implied that he's gone obviously for his whole childhood, but it's
Yeah.
also lion childhood, which I can imagine is not as long as human childhood.
a
Could have been like a
It's
year and a
basically-
half.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
a year and a half.
Yeah.
At most, it's like 2 years.
Yeah.
Right.
But you're right. I mean, you would think it's like, until you just said that. In my mind,
Right.
it's like 20.
Which is the implication.
Yeah.
Right. The implication is that it's, I mean,
Not
For-
20,
for
but
the-
at least 10, 15.
but for the purposes of the story, this is since he was a child and
Yeah.
now he's a young adult, ready
Right.
to come back and take the throne.
Yep.
But again, it's very clear that all the ecological damage Scar has done is fixed within a fairly short time period,
Yeah.
because next thing we know, here's Simba's cub being held up, who at the time
Which
of the
I'm not
movie-
sure of the lion gestation period.
I'm not either, but it can't be 20 years.
Oh, it's not 20 years. No. The grass, it grew back quickly.
Very quickly. And again,
The
all the animals
rains
back.
came.
The rains came.
And the rains are healing.
That's
so
true. The rains in Africa.
it is, I bless them.
Yep.
And they lost my train of thought there for a second. Okay, so there's fire, right?
Yes. Yep.
And we know that sometimes, even here in the Smokies, they will set a field on fire,
Sure,
or they
that's true.
to burn out all the
All the underbrush and everything.
underbrush.
Yep.
There you go. So
Yep.
all the underbrush was burned out.
Yep.
And then the rain came, and with the fertilized soil, within a few months, it was all green.
It's all back again.
Yeah,
So,
I learned that from the National Geographic.
well, there you go. Turns out this was a documentary the whole time.
I knew it. That's what I knew it. No, man. I mean, seriously, like, I'm not gonna say I was surprised, right?
Yeah.
Necessarily, but like when you think of the lion as the king of the jungle,
Yeah.
when I think of a king, I think like this king rules over the jungle.
Yeah.
and like
yeah.
that's not really the case.
No.
I mean, are they at the top of the food chain? They're pretty close.
Yes. Yeah. But no, they're definitely not all the other animals are bowing down to them whenever they have a cub.
Absolutely not.
No.
No, not even.
They're
a little
avoiding them
bit.
as best they can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
And the mandrills are not giving sage advice to everyone.
No, I think
That
they're
we
just-
know of.
They're just annoying.
Probably.
Yeah. I mean, did they live in
I
like
mean,
the desert?
probably not. I don't know. In fairness, I think we played fast and loose with where all these animals live to make a good movie.
I mean, and they did fine.
They did. It's
It was believable.
again, great movie.
Yeah.
Great movie. Supposedly, actually had a serious impact on hyena
Conservation.
conservation at the time. I've seen that be disputed. And some
Interesting. 'Cause
some
you
have
would
even
think that
said,
you would want to kill the hyenas after seeing this.
well, that's what they were saying. It's
I
like
shouldn't say unalive them.
that you unalive them. That's
Yeah.
what we say these days.
I'm sorry.
But they were saying, I have heard that before, that actually people quit giving money to hyena conservation. It became a real thing. I've also seen that highly disputed, that
Yeah.
actually it increased awareness, and a lot of zoos saw if they had hyenas, people were much more interested in coming to see the hyenas
Okay,
than they were
yeah.
before the movie.
Well,
Yeah.
that part of it makes sense. Yeah.
So yeah. So there you go.
Yeah.
The Lion King,
The Lion King, the king of the jungle.
king of the jungle, king of the beasts, king of the Kalahari. King of the
Kimba.
Lion.
King
Kimba
was
the
definitely
White
best
Lion.
name.
No, not that one.
Oh, not that one. Not Kimba. I'm sorry.
It was not
I'm
that
sorry.
one.
Yeah. No, man, it's the
Hamlet
movie.
cats.
Obviously, it's had a huge impact on, I mean, our generation and
Absolutely.
the ones after that. And I think we've seen that because if Disney remakes or they do a live action version of the movie, that's because the animated version
Yes.
did well, and they
Yes.
realized like, oh, we can make more money.
Yeah.
so
That's a big part
we're
of
gonna do
Disney's
this.
thing, is that like
It is.
re-releasing it, that the synergy and everything.
mhm.
Which streaming has really thrown off, because they can no longer they can't open the vault anymore. It's all just on Disney
It's
Plus.
all
Oh,
on
yeah,
Disney
I
Plus,
forgot
yeah.
about the vault.
It's really
I
hurting
was
them.
gonna say that.
We'll get into that in one of the next
Yeah, it's a different
episodes.
conversation,
I heard
but-
some really interesting things with between Bob Chapek and Bob Iger,
Sure.
specifically around so for Disney, we talked about Lion King 2 being direct to
Yep.
consumer, or
Direct to video, yeah. Yeah.
and Bob Chapek had a direct to stream
Okay.
strategy.
yeah.
So we can talk about that because it gets
Yeah.
pretty interesting. We can talk about that later. But
Interesting.
anyways, yeah. So hopefully you guys enjoy this episode. We're gonna try to do some more of these. So
Yeah.
we got somewhat of a schedule worked out. The idea is to get one episode per week,
Yes.
essentially, between the live streams and the other episodes that we do on the parks. And we may be talking about movies on these extras.
Yep.
We may be talking about some park stuff. We may be talking about how do we bring Disney kind of home. How do you
Yeah.
make a Disney bubble at home? I don't
Yeah.
know if that makes sense or
Yeah.
not.
We might do some tips and tricks on these.
Tips and tricks. Yeah. Who knows? Stay tuned.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. If you have something that you want to hear about, something that you want to hear us talk about, a movie that you love,
Yep.
that you want us to dig into, we'll be happy as always to give you our thoughts.
Very
Just
much so.
shoot us a message. For sure, if the best way to get in contact with us is to follow us on Facebook, Instagram.
Yep.
Those are the main things.
Really, Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah,
Those are the best
TikTok.
ways. You can message us on there. We see all of those. We respond to all of those. You can leave a comment
Yep.
on these. You might be watching this on YouTube now because we're uploading these to YouTube now.
Yeah, feel
Leave a
free.
comment there.
What's the thing that the kids say again? You subscribe, ring the bell.
Ring the bell.
I don't
Get
even
those
know what that means.
notifications.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all the things.
Yep.
What else was I gonna say? I think that's it.
I think that's it.
think
I
that's
think
it.
I think this one's come to a close.
Well, hey, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Park Opera Society. We'll be back, I guess, next week.
Next week.
Not in a couple weeks anymore.
No.
Next week.
Yeah.
With a new episode. So until then, take care and keep hopping.
See you real soon.
Toodles. Bye-bye.